All right, thanks, guys. The Lotte Giants take on the Hanwha Eagles, and that's going to be a 5:30 a.m. Eastern first pitch. The Giants are the $2.12 favorite with the total at 9.5, juice to the under. And if you like the Eagles in an upset, they're plus 155 on the money line and minus $1.11 catching the 1.5. Today's video is brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage, where I'm currently 11-3 in my last 14 premium Underdog membership package picks on that website. The Hanwha Eagles have dropped 2 out of their last 3, including a loss to the Kia Tigers where they scored just 1 run during that defeat. Matter of fact, Hanwha scored just 4 total runs in their last 2 losses. Their current 2-6 record in their last 8 is good for just 25% during that span. Their 3-6 record on the season thus far has put them in 8th place out of the 10-team KBO. Now the Giants on the other side, a little bit different story there, as they've been victorious in 2 out of their last 4 themselves, including a win over the Doosan Bears, where they scored 10 runs in that outing. Lotte's been victorious in 5 out of their last 7 as well, including an impressive 4-0 shutout victory over SK Wyverns. The Giants currently have a win percentage of .750 on the year and find themselves just 1 game out of first place in the KBO. Now, total-wise, Lotte's last 3 straight got over the total of 9.5 runs. 6 out of their last 7 got over that number as well. Might not be a terrible spot for an overplay here. Give me the Lotte Giants minus 1.5 and the over 9.5 in that contest. Next game, Samsung Lions square off against the KT Wiz, 5:30 a.m. start time. KT's the $1.18 favorite with the total at 9.5 flat. And if you like Samsung in an upset, they're minus 110 on the money line themselves. And speaking of the Lions, they're coming off a nice 3-run victory over the Kiwoom Heroes, scoring 8 runs in the affair. They're also on a 2-game win streak, including a 5-0 shutout of Kiwoom as well. Their 4-2 record in their last 6 is good for 67% during that span. Even more impressive, they put up a 14 spot in their 12-run victory over the Kia Tigers during that span as well. KT on the other side was just shut out by the NC Dinos in their last outing. They've also lost their last 4 straight, including a loss to the Doosan Bears, where they gave up 13 total runs. The Wiz are averaging just 3 runs per contest in their last 3 games. They're also in last place in KBO with a 125 win percentage. Now, total-wise, the Wiz saw 2 out of their last 4 get over the total of 9.5 runs. Matter of fact, 5 out of their last 7 also got over that number. Meanwhile, on the other side, 2 out of the Lions' last 4 also got over the 9.5. 4 out of their last 7 also got over that total. Might not be a bad overplay here. Give me the Underdog Samsung Lions minus $1.10 and the over 9.5 in that contest. Next game, Doosan Bears taking on the Kia Tigers, 5:30 a.m. Eastern start. The Bears are $1.82, totals 10.5, shaded toward the over. And if you like Kia catching the plus money, they're plus 140 on the money line and minus $1.25 catching the run and a half. Kia's won 2 out of their last 3, including a solid 4-3 victory over the Hanwha Eagles during that span. They're also 4-3 in their last 7, with a nice 3-run victory over Kiwoom. Kia's giving up just 2.7 runs per contest in their last 4. Doosan, on the other side, gave up double-digit runs in their last 2 losses themselves. They're also giving up 10 runs per game on average in their last 4, throwing out their last game against Lotte. Now, total-wise, Doosan's last 6 got over the total of 8.5 runs. Meanwhile, on the other side, Kia saw 2 out of their last 4 get over that total themselves, throwing out their last game against Hanwha. Give me the Kia Tigers plus 1.5, getting the job done on the run line, and the over 10.5 in that contest. Next matchup, it is going to be Kiwoom Heroes versus the LG Twins, 5:30 a.m. start time. The Heroes are the $1.33 favorite, totals 10.5. And if you like LG in an upset, they're plus $1 on the money line and minus $1.75 catching the run and a half. And speaking of LG, they're coming fresh off a solid victory over Wyverns, where they held their opponent to just 2 runs in that contest. They're currently on a 4-game winning streak, including an impressive 10-8 victory over the NC Dinos during that span. They're holding their opponents to just 3 runs per game in their last 3 contests. Now Kiwoom on the other side, they are coming off a 3-run loss to Samsung, giving up 8 runs in that outing. They're also currently on a 2-game losing streak, including a 5-0 loss during that span as well. They're coming off a series loss against the Samsung Lions. They scored just 8 total runs in that 3-game series. Now, total-wise, 2 out of Kiwoom's last 3 stayed under the total of 10.5 runs. Matter of fact, 6 out of their last 8 also stayed under that number as well. Meanwhile, on the other side, LG's coming fresh off a contest that stayed well under the total of 10.5 themselves. Might not be a terrible spot for underbettors here. Give me the LG Twins plus $1, winning this one outright, and the under 10.5 in that contest. All right, with that, I'm going to slide to my next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be the NC Dinos taking on SK Wyverns in a 5:30 a.m. Eastern first pitch. The Dinos are the $1.88 favorite, and the total at 9.5 juice to the under. And if you like Wyverns in an upset, they're plus 145 on the money line and minus 120 catching the 1.5. Wyverns has lost their last 2 straight, including a 12-run loss where they gave up 14 to the LG Twins. Even worse, Wyverns is currently on a 6-game losing streak, including a 4-0 shutout loss to the Lotte Giants. Wyverns is averaging just 2.2 runs per contest on average in their last 4 straight. They're taking on a Dino squad who's coming fresh off a shutout victory over the KT Wiz. Matter of fact, they're coming fresh off a 3-game sweep of the NC Dinos, also going 6-1 straight up in their last 7. They're giving up just 3.3 runs per contest in their last 6 victories as well. Now, total-wise, 2 out of the Dinos' last 4 got over the total of 9.5 runs. 4 out of their last 6 also got over that number as well. Meanwhile, on the other side, Wyverns saw 2 out of their last 3 get over that total themselves. Ironically, 4 out of their last 6 also got over the 9.5 as well. Might be a pretty good play for an overbetter here. Give me the NC Dinos minus 1.5, getting the job done for some run line cash in the over 9.5 in that contest.